Reports around the Nick Reiner case describe a fast moving chain of events that many people still struggle to make sense of. Visible health changes, a documented history of substance abuse and mental illness, and an alleged medication change that sources say was followed by a sharp shift in behavior. This video focuses on the publicly discussed timeline and the key questions it raises about warning signs, medical intervention, and what happens when a crisis moves from the home into the legal system. Start with the part that matters most for understanding the timeline. Sources close to the case have said Nick had a history involving substance misuse and significant mental health challenges, and that around 2020, he was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, a condition that can involve mood episodes and breaks from reality. That context matters because when people online reduce complex cases to a single trigger, they often miss how layered these situations can be. Health, routine, medication, support systems, and stress can intersect in ways that are hard to predict. Now, add one more element repeatedly mentioned by those familiar with the situation: weight gain. By itself, weight gain proves nothing. Many medications and life circumstances can affect weight, but it can signal a broader change in health, daily functioning, sleep, and self care. And that's where the story tightens. Here's the first curiosity loop. If multiple changes were happening at once, which one actually altered day to day behavior the most? Several accounts claim that a medication adjustment occurred, and that afterward, Nick entered what they describe as an erratic and increasingly risky state. Importantly, these descriptions are allegations and secondhand accounts based on publicly available reporting and comments attributed to unnamed sources. They are not a medical diagnosis from this video, but they do point to a pattern many families recognize. The person you know is still there, yet their reactions, beliefs, and impulses start to feel unfamiliar. The next piece is about the family dynamic, and it's where the tension comes from without leaning on graphic details. People close to the situation have said Nick's parents, Rob and Michelle Rayner, allegedly noticed alarming changes and that they were aware something was wrong, but didn't know what steps would actually help. That's a hard truth in many mental health crises. Concern does not automatically translate into a clear plan. Families often face confusing questions. Is this temporary? Is it a side effect? Is it substance related? Is it sleep deprivation? Is it a worsening episode? And if you push too hard, do you escalate the situation? If you wait, do you miss a narrow window to get professional help? So, what was the window and who had the power to act? According to multiple accounts, there was discussion around whether doctors attempted to initiate a short term emergency psychiatric hold that can be used in some jurisdictions to stabilize a person during acute crisis. Sources claim that did not happen here. We need to be careful. We don't know the full medical record. We don't know what clinicians observed in real time, and laws vary. But this question, why wasn't a temporary hold used or was it considered and rejected, has become central to how people interpret the preventability of what happened next. Now the case moves from health and family concerns into the legal system. Publicly available information indicates Nick is facing charges connected to the deaths of his parents. Out of respect for viewers and ad safety guidelines, we won't describe any graphic details. What matters for understanding the current stage is what happened after. Accounts from the legal process suggest there was, at least at one point, an intention to pursue a not guilty by reason of insanity defense. That phrase gets misunderstood online. It is not a casual excuse and it does not mean no consequences. It's a specific legal framework that asks whether, at the time of the alleged act, the person could understand reality or the wrongfulness of what they were doing, often followed by court supervised treatment and long legal proceedings. But can a person even go to trial if they're not mentally able to participate? Multiple sources have claimed Nick may be incompetent to stand trial, meaning he might not currently be able to understand proceedings or assist counsel. That's a separate concept from the insanity defense, and it can pause or reshape the timeline dramatically. If true, it points to a long process ahead. Evaluations, hearings, and careful determinations that don't move at the pace of internet commentary. One more detail is added to the public confusion. Accounts describe Nick as being aware of what happened while also reportedly believing he is caught in a conspiracy against him. If those reports are accurate, that combination can sound contradictory until you understand that breaks from reality can distort meaning, motive, and interpretation, even when some factual memory remains. Again, we can't diagnose from afar, but we can acknowledge what clinicians commonly say. The surface level narrative can look clear, while the internal reality of the person may be profoundly disorganized. So, where does weight gain fit into the fatal spiral framing some have used? The safest, most responsible way to say it is this: weight change may have been one visible marker alongside other shifts: medication, behavior, mood, sleep, and thinking. It may have contributed to stress, stigma, or self image challenges, but it is not evidence of moral failure, and it is not a standalone explanation. If anything, the weight detail highlights how easy it is for outsiders to latch onto what they can see, while the most dangerous changes may be invisible until they're advanced. The broader takeaway isn't a simplistic villain or victim story. It's a reminder of how fragile the handoff can be between home, healthcare, and the legal system when someone appears to be losing contact with reality. If this case continues to develop, the most important answers will likely come from verified court filings, official evaluations, and on the record testimony, not speculation.